these teams is how they actually sometimes miss a super weekend and come back like crazy. Very, very strong week. Falcons Esports is one of them.
Strategy who then get blown up and die, because I am very intrigued to see if that is the case. In the case though of first team fights and first people dying, Falcons Never Alone is quite literally on his lonesome, almost blows himself up, but he gets a knock onto a reef, and that will be a 1-0 so far. Boomper puts down a molly, and they will find a second onto Leif as Madcap rotating around the edge, only watching his team fall. Unfortunately, I think this looks a little bit too dicey for Fate. You can see them retreating. They're gonna lose Madcap as well, and it's a 3-0. Beautiful start here coming through from Falcons.
Reset up as we have like circles to come. You know, you may have your spot still within the circle, but knowing how to put more emphasis on one side is extremely important, and know exactly what you're there for. You can really just fall right there, right then. And Lazy Boy just get knocked from there, and full team does come in 4v2 situation right now. So with City finishes, or should I say City holds, it's not just about, you know, setting up, it's about knowing your support lines. And sometimes you don't want to split too far. There's no way for the support to come with Venom just escape once again. And this south side, not just that, the whole of Yasnai is trying to heat up.
It is completely crowded now inside the Yasnai, Pollyanna, and Cryptics. Yes, they get back ever, but they feel a little bit disjunctioned. You see El Chapo ride, and it's a 3-for-1 split. Yes, El Chapo is keeping out the perpetrators from the northern end, but like the way that they are now positioning in this T formation, coming in further towards DRS, they're keeping control of this square inside the Yasnai, Pollyanna, I think pretty darn beautifully.
Very nicely done. We've seen them win games from that same segment of Yasnai and Pollyanna in PMPL, and I think that's the thing, right? Like, once again, with cities, going into the later game, you need to think about when to get up, because we always talk about tightening splits or whatnot. City is a different beast. City finishes. How do you actually make that rotation? Do you actually need to use smokes to make that rotation between the two houses, that one small alley, right? But on this side, we have VP patiently playing off that north side. And of course, like with this type of position on the circle, it's so likely that they have to move. I hope they plan for it. And you know what? Okay, Lazy Boy, try that again. I mean, okay, like I need to try that again. That was actually amazing. One knock onto DRS, and Mafia Ninja needs to rotate away. This sort of shifts, I would say, is about this cat and mouse situation, right? Every team kind of shares a similar escape path. Whoever goes first gets sprayed down, but that means you kind of need to be forced into fighting. But it's about allocation of mets if they really need to, you know, finding that game plan, knowing when to
Reels here overall. I think that now really is lines. If you're going to see all this will be coming through inside, and you can expect it to hear it inside of Yasnai Pollyanna compound. Now is potentially that time when teams are fighting upon other teams, do you have that sort of cover fire, if that is really, I think, the best way to explain it, Tarzan, in terms of teams taking each other out and being allowed some sort of a leeway into the distraction.
Yeah, love this game one, to be fair, like into the city, then out again, forcing them to have plan Bs and to have knowledge over some of these more rural parts of the map. As we're waiting for phase 6 to come through, these radio towers may continue to be extremely important, and we are just waiting for that. And you know what?
In above them all is now DRS have entered into the fray. They look and they smell these kills, and they will take another on top of it all. Nima taking through. One more as Sudor Alshmari goes inside. They try to come into the blue, but they'll use it to great effect. And they'll take another win for him. Sudor not quite done just yet, but DRS, as we said, third party. 7 kills, they are broken. 1 player remaining. The blue zone coming in. They will later in the game, where actually Triple D should come out on top.
It's going to be an open book, waiting for phase 7, and right now, you know, some of these pre-shift type of actions so important. You may want to go to find an opening spot already. You may want to restrain from shooting a little bit if it means you may get geek out. But seems like Rico Infinity wants to try for the run, and that might just be the terrible decision.
That was awful decision, Tarzan. That is not what you do. Yes, you're desperate, but you gotta think elsewhere. You gotta maybe survive in terms of the blue and hope that you can pass out away from the rest of the action. and outlive your opponents. Yala still standing strong. 4 members are slightly broken now. Triple D, another knock against them, but looking.
Oh my god, and that is a buy extent. Having one last player in, and that, I think, you know what, there's not much like, can still be a great advantage, but the revive does come through, and that is huge for Yala.
It is absolutely ginormous for Yala to have that extra knock as well on top. It's a 1v3 situation. This is Yala's game to lose. Tarzan in the blue zone helps to claim it through. A beautiful chicken dinner coming through for Yala with on top 13.
Getting #1 with those 13 kills, as you did mention. DDD, again, a little bit fortuitous about the